Finally, I'm live. We're live tonight. As the title says, how to attract emotionally available men. So I'm just gonna wait on you all to join me. I'm expecting quite a number of persons. I got me a mic. However, I just found out now that it's not connected, but it's fine. It's fine. As long as you can see and hear me clearly, that works. I think I don't have so much background noise. I don't have so much background noise, so we're good to go. Good to go, good to go, good to go. Before I get into the gist of how I decided to hold this webinar today, because it's been a long way coming. I've been sharing about this on my social platform for going on 2 weeks now, and it came from a personal burden. Permit me to use the word burden, or to use it in a more acceptable term, concern about a post whereby I saw a lot of comments from very young women, single, ready women who are ready to connect, who are ready to take their relationship to the next level. However, they are finding out that they are getting attracted to men that are unavailable. Yes, so that's why we are here tonight. We're here to have this conversation. I'll be sharing quite a number of things that you never knew could be possible. We're going to be diving into it tonight. So as soon as you come on, just introduce yourself and let me know where you are connecting from. Introduce yourself and let me know where you are connecting from. I might even be asking some of you to join me live. If you have a question or something, you can just send an invite. So I'll just wait it out a bit for a couple of minutes and then we get right into it. Okay. Emotionally unavailable men. You see, this particular kind of men have made a lot of women lose the hope on having beautiful relationships. Having a beautiful relationship is not unattainable, and it shouldn't be a kind of task that cannot be achieved. I usually say to ladies, especially, I usually say when it comes to your business, when it comes to your career, you are strategic about it. You know how you go about it, and you get things done, irrespective of how hard it may seem. You get things done. Then, why can't this work for you as well? Good evening. Good evening, Praise. Connecting from Abuja. Awesome. Awesome. So this topic is one thing that I realized that it's been a lot. It's been a whole lot. The kind of men that are out there that you kind of come in contact with on a daily basis, and you have seen some of them come chasing. This is how to recognize emotionally unavailable men. They come chasing, like they come all after you at first. The intensity is so high initially, and then all of a sudden, you just see that the energy just goes from high to, it's just going low. And you're like, what happened? Those are part of the signs. All right. So we'll just get right into it. So most of the time, this is a pattern. Having emotionally unavailable men is a pattern that most ladies experience. And like I was saying earlier, having a beautiful relationship that then proceeds into marriage is not a miracle per se. It takes work, it takes intentionality, and it takes strategies. And I believe I'm speaking to ladies who understand how to apply strategies in real time. Like you have your career, you're building your career, you're doing so well when it comes to your business. You know there are things you have to put in place. There are principles. There are things you just have to put in place that gets you the results that you desire. So what I'll be putting into your hand tonight are things that you need to help you to attract the kind of love that you deserve. That will help you to attract the kind of love that you deserve. If you have just joined in, please drop your name and where you are connecting from. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you on how to identify the red flags, like you're identifying the emotionally unavailable man, so you do not get yourself invested. What emotionally unavailability is. Maybe you just add the topic. Okay, what does it mean to be emotionally unavailable? I'm going to be getting into that. And how you can be attracting this kind of men unknowingly to your life. Yes, we're going to be taking a mirror test, and that's going to help you see if it is from you or probably it's from somebody else. Good evening, Regina, connecting from Abuja. Good evening. Good evening. All right, so we're going to be getting into it real quick. So I was saying earlier that this is usually a pattern. It might not even be you. It might be some person, maybe a friend that you know this lady just keep, the kind of persons that comes to our life, they kind of have the same kind of traits. They're just the same kind of people that at first she's telling you as a friend, oh, this person is on my matter, this person wants us to date, and then 3 months down the line, 6 months down the line, after she has accepted, all of a sudden this person just seems like it just disappeared. It just appears that it's not making sense like it was initially. We are going to be getting into it. And all of these things that I'm saying, they usually spring forth from the kind of mindset and the kind of standards and the kind of emotional posture of the individual. We are going to be getting into that as well. What are the things that attract this kind of people to you? Right? It's just like a magnet, a magnet and an iron. Once you put them close together, they attract each other. This might not be the case in every person. Maybe every once in a while you just stumbled into this relationship whereby as soon as you saw the red flag, this one is not ready for commitment, and then you get out of the way. But there are some persons, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. So just like I said earlier, this might not be directly you. This might not be you. Jennifer from Abuja, you're welcome. This might not be you. This might just be somebody that you know. Okay. So as I was saying, I'm going to portray and explain emotional availability to you as the ability to receive and to give love without fear or restraints. And I'm going to take that again. Emotional availability is your ability to give and to receive love without any form of constraint, without any form of fear. You're just open to it because it's who you are. That is emotional availability. Now flip it. Unavailability, and when it comes to emotions, has to do with being unable to give and to receive love without fear or constraint. You'll see most of these men that are emotionally unavailable, you kind of see them refrain from committing themselves fully. You see things like they are not open, they are not vulnerable with you. If you're getting it, I want to see it in the comments. I want to know that you're understanding me. Most of these people, they are not vulnerable. You would realize that they are always taken aback when it comes to commitments. Hey, I saw a lot of things on a particular comment online. I made a comment on a particular post online. The post was talking about emotionally unavailable men. And then you needed to see young men that claim to be responsible being afraid of commitments. And it's general. That particular comment of mine, as at the last time I checked, the comment has attracted close to 300 likes. And if a comment can attract 300 likes, that means there are about close to 500 other ladies that never even recognize with it. Maybe they just don't want to identify with it so that you will not put a tag on them. So this thing is like a virus. It's a lot. It's everywhere. You see men that are not ready to commit. You see men that are not ready to be emotionally available. And you know for yourself as a woman that it's not possible for you to progress in a relationship without a man who is committed and available to grow with you. All right, so I'm going to share with you some of the things that you would see in somebody who is emotionally available. Remember, I said we are just going to be flipping it. Somebody that is emotionally available is going to be open-minded. Is just going to be ready to commit. You're going to see the enthusiasm. If they tell you they love you, they are open-minded to you. Flip that. Somebody who is emotionally unavailable is not ready to be open-minded. They are usually closed up. They are usually afraid of commitment. Some of them might turn that into trying to get some benefits from you without commitment, thinking they are just passing time. Some of them are playboys. It's actually a psychological issue. Once you have seen these things as a pattern, it's more of a psychological issue than just a normal thing. It's a lot. So we are going to be diving into it. I'll, as much as possible, try to break it down in a way that you are going to understand. All right. So another trait of somebody who is emotionally available is somebody who is able to trust. Yes, initially in a relationship, you might not be able to put in the entire trust, but as time goes on, because of the openness of mind, the person begins to build trust. Flip that again. Someone who is emotionally unavailable is not going to be able to trust. Is always going to be having constraints in fully devoting themselves to you. Yes. And another thing is that you would see most of these people, they would choose performance over presence. Someone who is emotionally available for you, you would know that come rain, come sunshine, this person is standing for me. Nothing is shifting this person. But a person who is emotionally unavailable prefers to perform, just wants to do the big things. Maybe you have been in a relationship with a guy that will just leave you for months and then all of a sudden come out of the blues and tell you, oh, can we go out? Can we go out on a lunch? Can we go out on a date? If you understand what I'm saying, maybe you have had a friend that had these experiences or you yourself had the experiences. I want to see your comments. I want to see your comments. I want to see you saying yes. I want to see, oh yes, I've seen something like that before. So that we would know that this thing, it's like a virus. All right. So I'm going to tell you today some of the red signs that you are going to see. Some of the signs that you're going to see in somebody who is emotionally unavailable. And this is the point where we do the mirror test. This is the point where we do the mirror test. You have been attracting somebody who is emotionally unavailable. You have been attracting relationships where the men are not committed. They are not ready to commit. What could be the situation? So this one is just like a bonus. It should have been something that would be done on a one-on-one session, but I'm going to be doing this live here because you are taking the time to join this live. So you're going to be taking the mirror test with me, and it's very simple. Now, signs that would show you that you yourself might be emotionally unavailable. Because the truth of the matter is most of the time you attract you. I'm going to take that again. Most of the time you attract what you can handle in relationships. And remember I said something earlier, especially when it has become like a pattern, then you know that this thing is something that I must deal with. Yes, with prayer, absolutely. You have to deal with it in prayer. However, you also have to understand. You have to be able to change your mindset. Like I mentioned earlier, change your mindset about certain things. Now, we are taking the mirror test. How are you going to know whether you yourself, you are the person that is attracting those kind of people? Stay with me. Number one thing is, you prefer men that are like projects. I'll break it down. You prefer men that poise themselves to you like projects. You always just choose those kind of men. A man that comes to you that seems to own himself, that seems to be able to make certain steps. You just prefer, you are a doer. Or let me use this word. You are a fixer. You like to fix things. Now, do not confuse this with the strength of a woman as a helper. Yes, God made you as a helpmate, as a woman. However, there are some kind of traits that you notice in you. Most of these things stems from childhood trauma, whereby you are trying to always get approval. You're trying to always get people to give you a scorecard. You are always trying to want to do something, and most of the time you are not open to being recipients. You don't want to be the one receiving. You always want to be the doer. Remember, we are taking a mirror test, and this mirror test is going to reveal whether you yourself, unknowingly to you, is attracting this kind of men that are not ready to commit. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is you avoid men that are consistent. Consistency is an issue for you. Consistency is an issue for you. If consistency is an issue for you, you will most likely attract emotionally unavailable men. Now, this is a lot. It seems like a full masterclass, and I'm putting it into a webinar. I know. It's a lot. However, I will try as much as possible to break it down. We have such a little time here. However, I'm going to make sure I break it down to you so that you can pick something tangible from this teaching tonight. You run away from men that are consistent. You are afraid of the consistency in a relationship. That also, in the mirror test, can help you to know that, I seem to be the one attracting this kind of people. Because most of these emotionally unavailable men, some of them knowingly or unknowingly, come as predators, and they are looking for praise. And your own traits that you may not even be so conscious about might just be the right thing that is attracting these people. All right, so the next thing. You fear being too much. That is, you don't want to express your needs. This is different from being conservative. But you feel it is wrong when you express your needs. That is, you just take everything. Let's just pass. You want everything to be centered around others. Like I said earlier, most of these things, most of these traits, if you see yourself in the mirror test and you see that, really, this looks like me, then you would know, then you begin to look at where did it really come from. Most of these things, they come from experiences during childhood. Moments that you never even thought, oh, something was happening to you. Maybe in a group of kids, you were the one that was often talked about in a certain kind of way. Or maybe you felt you were not liked. Or maybe you felt, oh, I was quite expressive at the time, but I was always being shut up. All those things kind of just locks up within you. And you try to avoid being too much. As long as I'm just enough. I'm just good. If you're just joining in, please drop in the comments where you are joining from, your name and where you are joining from. We're having this conversation tonight about how to attract emotionally unavailable men. So I want to know my audience. I want to know you. We have defined earlier emotional availability. This video will still be up here on my channel, so it's something you can always go back to. We spoke about emotional availability and the signs, which are usually the red flags that you would see in men who are emotionally unavailable. All right. So I got someone, Susan from Abuja. Good evening, good evening, good evening, ladies. You're all welcome. You are all welcome. Some of you may not even need this totally. Maybe you just need, you will definitely get something. However, you might just have this friend who might be going through the same thing, and you might just be able to help her out. Okay? All right, so the next thing is, some of these things are things that you would see when you take the mirror test. If you understand to this point, I want you to drop in the comments, yes. That's a 3-letter word. Just drop in the comment section, yes. If you understand the mirror test that I just put you through right now. I stated 3 things. Number 1 thing is, if you notice that you always choose men that are like projects, it's a sign. Number 2, if you prefer, if you are inconsistent as a person, okay, Victoria from Abuja, you're welcome. If you are inconsistent as a person, that's one too. In the mirror test, it will reveal to you that this thing, me attracting men that are not committed, it's most likely because I myself am showing some traits that is attractive to them. All right, thank you. Okay, Praise says yes. All right. Another thing, this one is huge. Another thing in the mirror test is when you stay guarded because of past odds, when you stay guarded, like you are always protective of yourself, you don't let yourself go totally. Like I said earlier, there's a kind of aura around you. It's mostly unconscious. You don't even know it, but it's attracting the wrong set of people to you. Like I said earlier, two things works for you when you're when you're looking to God for a marital relationship. Two things: prayer for God's direction. Number two thing is the principles. They are principles that actually work. And this is, I'm going to be sharing a major principle with you tonight on how to attract real committed men. So I was saying earlier that some persons it's like a pattern. You have seen it happen over and over again. And one of the things is that maybe you are bleeding from a wound that has been there over time, and you are guarding yourself literally. Now, most of these things attract men who are emotionally unavailable. Because like I said earlier, it's just like they're the predators, and then you happen to be the prey. So any questions so far? Any questions? If you do have any questions, just drop it in the comments, and I'll just pick it up from here. Any questions so far? All right. Any questions so far? 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay. So when we talk about emotional availability, now that you have taken the mirror test, like I was saying, that tonight I'm discussing mostly about attracting emotionally unavailable men, especially when it has become a pattern. It's not something that you stumble into, but you notice the relationships you're getting into. Those people are not ready to stay committed. Then you would know that there is an issue to be handled. All right. Now I'm going to say to you, I'm going to share with you some of the green flags that you would see that would make you identify that this one is actually ready to commit, is actually ready to progress on this journey with me. Okay. But before that, I'm going to be sharing with you more about emotional availability. So emotional availability helps you to be open about your feelings. Yes, it helps you to be open about your feelings. Maybe you have been taught not to be so expressive. Now you have seen what it is causing you. It's also attracting you to people that are not ready to commit. You yourself do not even know that you are like this, but you are seeing this trait. The quickest way to know is the pattern of the kind of men that you attract. That's the quickest way to know. All right, so having gone through that, we're going to move on to the part that helps us to know how to build emotional availability. I said earlier that emotional availability is your ability to love somebody genuinely and also receive the love genuinely. There's a place where you as a woman knows how to receive genuine love. You don't feel you are asking for too much. You don't feel you are too demanding. No. Because if you're bringing your 100%, if you're bringing your all, you also know that this person, what you should expect from this person is all. That is, you are not asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. All right. So some of the things that you would have to work on to build your emotional stability and your availability. Now, these things are going to change how you see yourself, number one, and how you position yourself. Remember, I made mention of your emotional posture earlier. Good evening, Bolanle from Abuja. your emotional posture from earlier. This room seems to be quiet. Only one person can seem to be resonating with what I'm saying. I shared earlier about the mirror test, about how to know when it is not directly your fault, but like you are unconsciously attracting men that are not ready to commit. I shared that earlier. So if you want to listen, go back and listen to it. All right. So one of the things now, this is to the point where we all have been waiting for, how to attract and build the kind of love that you really deserve. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this plainly. It begins with you. It does what? It begins with you. I want somebody to type in the comment section, begins with me. It 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 begins with me. So if you're going to put a stop to something, you have the ability to put a stop to it. It might have started without your consent when you were not even so much aware. Like I said, most of these things, most of these traits that make you attract emotionally unavailable men. Right, thank you, Victoria. Most of these traits that makes you attract emotionally unavailable men, there are even things that you never knew they were really there. Most of them are just some kind of trauma locked up somewhere. You never really considered it a big deal, but then you just found out that it's just like a pattern. It's just become like a pattern. So when I wrote, I you know, the topic for the webinar tonight, it's like how to attract emotionally available men. And I don't know how many of you thought of how to attract. Is there a way to attract them? If you thought of that, sincerely, I want to see you in the comments. Just raise a finger. I'll know you. I'll know you. I'll know your WhatsApp group. I'll know the admin. Just put it in the comment section right there. If you thought, is there a way to attract? How do I attract? Well, what's being talked about here? If you were quite inquisitive about this webinar, when you read through the flyer, I just want you to put it in the comment. Just raise a finger, find an emoji, or just type I. Type I. You know, I wrote how to attract emotionally available men. Awesome. Thank you. How to attract emotionally available men and build the kind of love that you truly deserve. Yes. Thank you for, you see it. See, 2 persons. In fact, this person raised 2 hands. Paul, Susan raised 2 hands. Like, how am I supposed to attract committed people? Am I the one that will tie them on my wrapper and be dragging them along? You see, there is a way to go about this. If you have been getting value so far, I want to see it in the comments. If you have been getting value so far, I want you to drop it in the comments. Now you are maybe you have now been understanding, okay, so could this be the reason? Could it be some things, some traits in me that I never knew that are attracting this kind of people to me? If you have been getting value, especially through that mirror test that I just put you through right now, like you are flipping it and you are realizing that I myself, I seem to be this person. I seem to be attracting this kind of person. I want to see it in the comments. Don't be shy about it. There's always something for us to work on. And you know, God is so much interested about our relationships. God is so much interested about our relationships because your relationship should be a propeller for you and not something that will pull you back. You know, a lot of women have experienced setback just because of the relationships and the marriages they got into, and it's usually a pain because there is an order. By the grace of God, God has given some of us the wisdom on how to navigate these things, on how to navigate it. And we aren't gatekeeping. There is no gatekeeping here. There is a way to go about it. Right. So thank you for putting in the comments. It begins with me. All right. So how it's going to begin with you is you yourself, you're going to begin to build emotional availability. That's where it's starting from. Exactly. Starting from that point. You are going to begin to build yourself to be emotionally available. Yes, absolutely. Were there certain things that you saw over time that made you feel like, is it really worth it? Can I really give myself in a relationship? Can I really stay committed? Can I really trust? You see, all of those things, you're going to put them all together and set them aside. If what you really want is to attract real and committed men, your real and your committed man, now, not just random men, your real and your committed man, then you need to work on you. Some of us are carrying the pain of other people's experiences, things that you yourself did not even experience by yourself. It's not your thing. You just saw somebody, you witnessed it, and you began to carry that, and it began to affect your relationship. And now you're complaining, the people who are coming around me are emotionally unavailable, they are not the right kind of people, and things like that. See, it's about time you begin to change that pattern. It's about time. So if you want to see a difference on the outside, then you begin to work on your inside. So I'm going to be putting you through that real quick. Number one thing that I'm going to be saying is you have to work on your self-esteem. Confident women attract committed men. Somebody should type that for me. Confident women. Women that are confident, they attract committed men. You see all those unserious people, once they see confidence in a woman, of course, they will clear off. So there is need for you to work on your self-esteem. I'm here for you. We are here tonight, okay? Number one thing is positive talk about yourself. Some of you are so used to talking down on yourself, talking down on your abilities, talking down, thank you for putting that in, talking down on what you can actually achieve. Thinking, oh, maybe I'm too much. Maybe if I'm too expressive, people will think I'm trying to show myself. No. All of these things, most of the time, stems from low self-esteem. So there is need for an healthy self-esteem. And self-esteem, low self-esteem is in levels. I won't be getting into all of that tonight. But if you have seen all of these traits of attracting the wrong kind of men in you, then you have to notice these aspects and you have to really work on it. Work on your self-esteem. Number one thing that would help you to do that is by positive talk. Talk positively about you. You can practice standing in front of your mirror and say good things about yourself. Say it into your hearings. Speak it to yourself. Don't wait for other people to say it to you. Don't wait for a man to say it to you before you know. Of course, as women, you need reassurance. You need the man in your life to reassure you. You want affirmations. Quite all right, beautiful. However, this thing, you notice it's your need. It's like the water that you drink. You need affirmations. So speak positively about yourself. Oh, girl, you did that. Come on. You started that course and you finished it. Tell me what you cannot do. That is you speaking positively about yourself. You're speaking positively about yourself. You put your right foot forward. When people are trying to get to know you, let them know your strength. Let them know your abilities. Let them know things that you have done. Of course, not in a place to overplace yourself. You're not even overplacing yourself, but in a place to build, in a place to build your own self-esteem. Another thing is that would help you to build a very healthy self-esteem is for you to work on having relationships that are supportive and relationships with people that would encourage you. Now, this, without you even trying so much, we begin to heal you of any possible trauma that you might have gone through, that might have just been there, that you have experienced before, or that you are currently experiencing. when you ensure that you place yourself in a community of people that are supportive of you, that don't speak down on you. Remember I mentioned earlier that those traits that attract emotionally unavailable men usually comes from maybe you were being talked down as a child, you were being talked down at as a child, and all of these things were happening to you. Now you're beginning to correct that by working on your self-esteem. And what you need to begin to do is to surround yourself with people that are very supportive and are very encouraging. It does something to you. It does something to you. Remember, I said earlier that confident women attract committed men. All right, so another thing is invest in your personal growth. Invest in your personal growth as a woman. All of these things helps you. Invest in your personal growth. All of these things works together. Speaking positively about yourself, positive talk. Number 2, surrounding yourself with the right set of people. People that are supportive of you, people that are encouraging you. And then the number 3 thing is invest in your personal growth. It makes a whole lot of difference in how you see yourself and how you position yourself. So that when the predators comes again, they would see that you are not available. You're unavailable to be a dump site. Many ladies have ended up in situationships just because of a lack of healthy self-esteem. They would not be able to walk away when they need to walk away from certain kind of relationships. So they are just like a dump site. Have you seen a lady that she knows that the guy she is with is cheating or having some other relationships? Yes, she will still be there and be encouraging herself. Yes, it's for me. It's just those girls that are distractions. These things really happen. You would see that all of these things stems from lack of a healthy self-esteem. And the predators, they do know it when they see their praise. So ensure that you are rubbing off yourself, rubbing all those kind of traits off yourself. All right, number 2 thing for you to work upon to begin to attract the right kind of people, the right kind of men, is to improve your communication skills. Oh, I speak so well. I do so well. Oh, yes. The area of communication skills that I need you to work on right now is the one that helps you to build a deeper connection. It breaks down the defense of any man. See, I use this thing a lot. Communication. Communication. Be expressive. Now, you see I'm arranging one after the other. Work on your self-esteem and then improve your communication. You know why? Your communication helps you to achieve deeper connection with your man. When you are vulnerable, and I mean with your expression, you are vulnerable. What that does to you is, even if the person is unserious, the person will quickly sit up and like, this person really means business. Because you know how to communicate what your needs are. Some women don't know how to communicate their needs in their relationships. When you ask a woman, what do you need? Most of the time, most people would end up telling you what they do not need. No, I don't want a man that cheats. No, I don't want a man that does not do this. No, I don't want somebody like this. No, but when you ask them, what do you really want? They cannot verbalize it. So you see, there is need to work on your communication skills because it helps deeper connection. The man is able to understand, oh, okay, so this is it. This is what she actually needs. Most people have entered into their marriages that way. Men do not read minds. God did not create us humans to read minds. And why should you expect the man in your life to read your mind? He should know. You should learn how to be expressive. And if you are not in tune with yourself, we are getting to that, you would not be able to firmly and respectfully communicate what your needs are. Oh, I want a man who can lead me. It's not just something you're saying. It's something that is actually like your conviction. That's why a healthy self-esteem is good. You would see some women, anything goes. They are good with it. Anything goes. As long as there is a man, as long as there is a man, the weight of your destiny is too much than for you to just marry any man. Except you just want to be a regular, I've ticked off the box of marriage, I've ticked it off. No. Like I said, there are principles that actually makes this work. For some of you, this is prayer answered for you. Because when you pray, God will actually give you direction. Maybe you just stumbled on this somewhere online. Maybe somebody just shared it with you and then you decided to connect. If you are getting value tonight, I want to see it in the comments. Even if it's a love emoji, maybe it's a thumbs up, something to make me know that you are with me tonight. Something to make me know that you're still with me tonight. And of course, I'm open to taking questions. Let me see you in the comments. If you're getting value, if you're getting more understanding, I want to see it in the comments. Let's go. I'm going to count up 1, 2, 10. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. 2, 1, 2, 3. Maybe I'm going to be starting as soon as you drop it in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's it. Only one person used what I've just taught tonight. She decided to be expressive. You see now, be expressive. Be expressive. It's very important. Nobody will read your mind. Be expressive. Okay. Victoria is asking, how do I build my communication skills for deeper connection? All right. Building your communication skills for deeper connections. It actually starts from a place of self-discovery. Because if you do not actually have a connection with yourself, and that's going to take me to the last point about building self-awareness. If you're not enriched in that area, if you need to be enriched in the area of being so much self-aware, being so much connected with your person. And this is how it comes. It comes through learning. It comes through trying to understand who you are as a woman. There's actually one book that I'm working upon, Humanity. It's going to explain so much about some of these things to you. Now, for you to improve your communication skills is you decide to talk more. Now, when you are becoming more self-aware, if you are in my community, I shared on this, I think about 2 weeks ago. If you have gone through it, I want to see your response here. And I think, yeah, Victoria is in that community. So you should go back. That was in the chat room about 2 Sundays ago. We spoke about self-awareness, although not in this line, but coming into recognition of how you feel, what you feel. Now, this has to be done carefully because it can go overboard. Then you would see some people, because of emotional immaturity, they begin to dwell only on their feelings. Your feelings are gifts from God for you to be able to recognize your needs. Now, when you become more self-aware, because I will assume you have gone through that, okay. When you become self-aware, when you begin to recognize who you are, and I said this can come through being open to learnings. As time goes on, you begin to recognize people that you would notice a trait in them, and you will notice this kind of fits into who it kind of resonates with me. It's kind of familiar. This person seems to be like home. All those kind of people. Self-awareness. You can also begin to learn self-awareness by observing those people closely enough. What that would help you to do is to begin to know some things, take note of certain things, that then would be things that you need to develop yourself. All of these things are interwoven. Now, how to build communication skills. It's simple. When you feel it, you talk about it. At first, it might not seem like real. Have you seen people that they struggle with saying the word, I love you? Yes, there are people like that. There are people that they would feel something for you, but they won't say it. There's also some men like that. They would really love you, but they would not communicate it. They won't know how to, they feel it's something that should not be said. They feel maybe they are being too demanding. Now, building communication starts from inside you. It's not only in things that you verbalize, in things that you say out. No, it starts from inside you. That is, you begin to settle certain things in you. Oh, this one, I need it. This one, I would appreciate it if this is done better. Now, when you begin to communicate it, when you begin to say it, if you want commitment, for example, you show commitment. I'll take that again. If you want commitment, to test if this person is committed, show commitment. Who is this person? Says maybe I will change my name. Really? Okay, maybe we'll change your name to Stephanie. From Stephen to Stephanie. Okay. We'll change you from Stephen to Stephanie. All right. That really cracked me up though. All right. So this one is for women. Because you would see on the flyer something like how to attract emotionally available men. Oh, thank you. You're getting value. Thank you for letting me know that, Susan. So you see, it starts from inside you. And that question, I love it so much because it kind of just brought me into the very last point I was going to make about how to build your own awareness as a person and how to begin to attract the right kind of people. So I was saying, if you want commitment, for Stephen, who we now change to Stephanie, just flip. If you want emotionally available women, just use all of these things as well. Let her know you are ready to be committed. Let her know you can be trusted. All of those, just flip it. Everything we have said tonight, just flip it around. All right, flip it. So I was saying that it comes from within you. If you're not able to put it together or to even be able to vocalize what it is that you want. Oh, for example, I've seen cases whereby as a woman, you just find out that you are cranky. You don't even know what it is exactly that is going on with you. I used to be at that point. I would just not know exactly what it is. But guess what? It might just be something very little. It might just be something very little. Then what I would do is I begin to trace it back to, this is how to build awareness. I'll begin to trace it back to the point where it started, to the point where it came from. Are you waving a hand, Victoria? If you want to say something, just put it right there in the comments. I realized that the way I was able to nip that was I would just try to trace it back to what actually happened. Some things happen without you even taking note of them. That is where emotional awareness comes in. And if you're not aware enough of what you really need, you won't be able to communicate it. Some women have been so, not the word conservative now, but been so uptight that you can't even differentiate how to express yourself as a feminine woman. The kind of energy you bring into your workplace is definitely different from the kind of energy you bring into your relationship. They are two different things. Your relationship requires you to be emotionally aware, because when you are aware, of what you really need, then you will be able to communicate it. And that is where building a healthy self-esteem comes in. Oh, I deserve the best. You speak positively about yourself. You surround yourself with people that are supportive of you. You surround yourself with people that are supportive of you. And then you also invest in your personal growth. See, there is no how your personal growth would come in and you will not have certain needs in your relationships. Automatically, your demands, if it was 20 before, it will go higher. Your needs would be totally different. Oh, now you will be able to vocalize, oh yes, I need me a man that is going to be supportive of me and would give me all the encouragement that I need to put on in my career. That is a need. When you notice the man you're with is not giving you that kind of support, you can communicate it and say, oh, this one is not fight, but I need this right now. There are actually some more deeper things I would have loved to share. But I think, okay, something as simple as, I just need you to hold my hands right now. See, I tell you, your personality as a woman, the way God made you, is so deep that until you begin to understand yourself, you might struggle with certain things. Sometimes all you need is just a reassuring word. Sometimes all you need is a simple hug and you are okay. But if you're not aware enough of what you really need, then you would realize that you begin to put out what you don't need. Then that is why men talk about their wives nagging. It's lack of poor communication. Lack of development in the area of communication. I'm already relating communication with being aware now. Some women, all they need is a break. You just need a break from all the stress. You just want to be alone. But being unable to, lack of personal development that will make you feel like, oh, I think at this point, I just need to take some fresh air. There are days that I just tell my husband that I want to change my routine for some time. I think that is why, I think it's getting at me. And I've been able to communicate it to the point that once he noticed something, it just comes like, what's going on? Is there something you think I should know? That's because he understands that I would verbalize it. I would say it. It didn't start like that for me as well. But I had to learn it. So it's something that can be learned. And you see that awareness, self-awareness helps a lot. Most women have destroyed their relationships just because they don't even know. See, some women, let me even say this. Thank God, it's mostly women here. During your cycle, during your normal cycle as a woman, there are times that your emotions are all over the place and you can't even place what is going on with you. And if you yourself is not able to communicate it, your partner is going to struggle through that time. There's nothing wrong with your life, but that's the time you'll be thinking your life is not making sense. And you're like, what is going on with me? All through the month, I'm okay. It is called premenstrual syndrome. That time is as if you're unhappy. It's not because you're unhappy. It's just the emotions that are going all over the place. If you're a woman in your 30s, going on to your 40s, things are changing in your body that are redefining your person. So you have to keep evolving, even as you grow in age. There are a lot of things. And all of these things, so when I talk about personal growth, something that you do inward, that is, you invest in materials. You invest in things that help you that helps you be more in tune with who you are becoming. I remember there was a time I wasn't a parent yet. I wasn't a mom yet. I got a particular material that had to do with parenting. And I remember someone was asking me, are you a mom? Do you have kids? Why are you reading this kind of books? See, the truth of the matter is you don't allow things to happen to you. You happen to them. So that when they come, you would find a way to see, oh, okay, this is actually normal. It's normal. It's a phase that I've come into. Now you'll be able to communicate, to go through it. Now, this may not even be as regards relationship. It can work for you too as a person. You'll be able to define what the issue is. A lot of things can affect your emotions as a woman. And I share all of this valuable content online on my page. So you should be following to get more of these things. All right, any other question? I've said a lot. In a short time. You can take time to process it again. Okay? You can take time to process it again. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to make adjustments on, because at the end of the day, who you are is going to attract who the man you are going to be with would be. You may not have the entire tree that is bearing the fruit. However, let the seed be there. Let the seed be there. I usually tell women, marry a man. Date a man that is willing to grow with you. He does not know everything, no, at first. However, he is willing to grow with you. He's willing to evolve. You know why? You as a woman will evolve a lot. There are parts of you that you never knew existed, and you need help to walk through that phase of your life. If you are not with a man that is empathetic enough to help you walk through that phase, it's going to be really difficult for you. There are even times that I've even talking about being able to communicate it. There are times that sincerely you cannot even communicate it. Of course, you have good communication skills. You are so aware of yourself. You have developed yourself personally. You are able to express yourself. You have come into a deeper connection with your man in now your marriage. Now you are experiencing things that is making you to evolve. You see, it would be easier for him to extend grace to you, because he knows that, this my wife, normally she's a person that is very aware of herself. She's so strong in her personality. I think I just need to extend grace. It is easier for partners to extend grace to themselves when they are both emotionally available to each other and they are committed in their relationship. It's easier. Because you know, oh, maybe this is just a phase. Oh, he's just passing through something. This is not the regular him. Because the truth of the matter is, you both will not always be 100% at every given time. There are times that he will be 70 and all your energy will just be 30 that you bring into that relationship. However, because of your mutual commitment, it's going to help you both cover up for each other's lapses. The Bible says two are better than one because they have a greater reward for their labor. It says if one falls, what will happen? The other will lift him up. The other will be able to lift her up as well. So it's very important. But how will these two be better if they are not able to communicate? They are not able to commit to themselves. All right, so I've shared enough tonight. I've shared enough. I've given tips. And you realize that most of these things, most of what we've done tonight are actually things that would help you to self-reflect and begin to look at yourself that, oh, okay, what are the things I actually need to work on truly that would help me to begin to attract the right kind of people? And it will help me as well, because self-awareness would even help you to ward off people that are not ready to move on with you. All right, they're not ready to be committed. All right, another question is coming in. How do you learn to loosen up from being uptight and exhibit feminine energy? I like that. How do you learn to loosen up from being uptight? Now, how do you mean? Do you mean this in a relationship? Please confirm if you mean this in a relationship or generally. Generally. How do you mean? Yes, in a relationship. All right. In a relationship, it still kind of boils down back to what I said earlier. It kind of boils down back to what I said earlier. If you are new here, we have done the introduction earlier before some persons, maybe their network. Please introduce yourself generally, but mostly in relationships. Thank you. All right, how to connect with your feminine energy the more. Now, it still boils down back to awareness. the emotional awareness, because there are two ways you can operate. Men are generally known to be logical. They also have an emotional part. But let me just say maybe 70 to 30, they can also allow themselves to be expressive. True, they can allow themselves to be expressive. For a woman, let me just say maybe logic is like maybe 20% and emotions are like 70, 80, kind of. So most of the time, when you need to get things done, when you're very active, your masculine part comes on. Your masculine part comes to stage. And most times, as women, if we are not careful, you bring this into your relationship. But there's a way you can dissipate that energy. The way to dissipate the energy is to be trusting. Remember I said earlier that you are attracting the right set of people into your life, especially in a relationship. Now, the way to go about it is to be trusting. And what I mean is to be receptive. To be receptive. That is, let's say for example, you build on your listening skills and your ability to understand your partner. Most of the time, you will see women that come into their relationship with masculine energy, ready to fight. They are very defensive, always on the defensive. But if you want to stay more in tune with your feminine energy, you'd maintain a posture of being receptive, being able to make adjustments for the good of that relationship. I've said two things now. Being receptive, making the man know that, oh, okay, you are a trustworthy person. He can trust you. Because if a man does not know, if he cannot ascertain that he can trust you, it will be difficult for him to fully commit. There might be a level of commitment initially. But if you as a woman, if your femininity is not strong in the area of receptiveness, that is, he knows if every other thing is tumbling out there, he has a safe place to come into. That is a strength for you as a woman. Adaptability, receptiveness, those things would help you. Those things would help you to build your feminine energy. I'll just say those two for tonight. Adaptability, being able to adapt and being able to be receptive. Showing him that your worth is trust. It takes a time for a man to fully trust. It takes some time. However, receptiveness and adaptability helps you to stay more in tune with your feminine energy. All right, so that would be it for tonight. I was hoping to see another question, but none came up. None came up. So I would take that as a good place for us to tie it up tonight. All right, it's a good place for us to tie it up tonight. All right, so I'll tie it up tonight and I will leave you with this one thing. Ensure that you position yourself rightly to attract the relationship that you are worthy of. Because it does not matter the state you are in right now. You are worthy of genuine love. You are worthy of a love that would commit to you. And you are worthy of enjoying peace generally in anything that you do. Okay, so that would be it for tonight. That would be it for tonight. I was hoping maybe someone would want to come on live with me. Or is there anyone that wants to do that? Is there anyone that will want to do that? You want to show your face? You just want to have a quick chat. You gained something tonight and you don't want it to just go like that. You really want to express yourself. You want to begin to work on the things I've mentioned tonight. Now is the time. You can send a request for me to add you on live. Thank you too for staying till this time. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you stayed. Okay, I've answered most of the questions. I've answered the questions already. So I think there are no questions right now. So no one wants to come on live with me tonight. That's fine. That's totally good. But I'm really grateful that you stayed up to this moment. I'm glad I was able to do my beats. At least now I know there are a group of women. I think 10 joined earlier. So there's about 20 in total that have gained something. That have gained something. And they will be able to work on things that would help them